So today I want to show you how to crochet this cute little top with the deep V-neck and these cute ruffles on the straps. It is so cute. You can see on the back side here, it also has all these ruffles all the way down. It is so beautiful. I didn't weave in this final end yet. Just look away from that. But this is so cute. This today will be shown in a size small, so all the measurements I will be showing today will be for the size small. I will leave a link for the written pattern below in other sizes as well, so you can do it in any other sizes. This is a deep V-neck and with ruffles on the sleeves, and I will do it in a slow pace so you can follow even if you're a beginner. So let's begin. First, I want to talk a little about the materials. For the yarn, I've used this 100% cotton yarn. This is a sport weight 2, so it's a pretty thin yarn. This is a very pink color. I don't know the name of the color exactly. I will write in the description how much yarn you will need for this in a size small. Then I've used a 3.5mm crochet hook and some scissors, and finally a tapestry needle to weave in the ends. We begin with the bottom part of the top, and we begin with the brim. So make a slip knot, and then we chain 18. So yarn over and pull through 18 times. When we have 18 chains, we will now begin working into the chains, and we begin from the second one. So skip the first one, move on to this second chain, and single crochet into this. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. In the next chain, a single crochet. And do 1 single crochet in every chain all the way across. We chained up 18 and we skipped the first one, so you should have 17 single crochet when you're all the way across. When you have 17 single crochet, it looks like this, and this is row 1. We will now begin row 2 of the brim, and remember this row 2 because this row is the one we will repeat again and again. So we begin with a chain to turn the work. Then we skip this chain, move on to the second stitch, this one, and then you will work a back loop back loop single crochet into this. So insert the hook in the back loop of the stitch and single crochet. Find your next stitch down here, back loop, single crochet. And then the next one, back loop only, single crochet. And continue like this all the way across. When you make it all the way across, you chain 1, turn, and repeat this row, and then you just work your way back and forth for 130 rows. Now when we have 130 rows, we will connect the 2 ends. So just fold the piece in the middle and then connect the ends. And then we want to work a layer or a row of slip stitches across to connect them. So just grab your hook, push in between the 2 layers. So first the layer closest to you and then the layer furthest away from you. Then grab the yarn and pull through and pull through. So just a slip stitch through both layers. So now the next stitch through both layers and slip stitch. And then through both layers and slip stitch. And then you just continue all the way across with a slip stitch in every stitch through both layers. And when you're all the way across, it looks like this, and you can now open it up. And you have your brim on the bottom of the top. Now we want to begin working horizontally along these tops of the of the brim. So in these rows, we want to work 1 single crochet in every row. So you begin with a chain 1 just to get started. And then you want to work 1 single crochet in every row. So you have a row here, and you also have a row in between, and a row here. So 130 rows in total. So you begin with your first single crochet in this row, and then you have this row. You just insert the hook on top and single crochet. And then in the next row, in between the 2 bumps, 1 single crochet. And then in this row, just push in the hook and single crochet. Then just work 1 single crochet in every row all the way around until you are back here. When you make it to the end, you will now connect the 2 ends with a slip stitch in the first stitch you did. So just insert the hook in the first single crochet you did. Yarn over, pull through, pull through. Then you chain 1, and then you turn. Then you skip this chain you just did, do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in every stitch all the way across. So now repeat this, 1 single crochet all the way across. When you make it over here, you slip stitch in the first stitch, then you chain 1, turn, and single crochet back again. Repeat this step again and again. And I did 6 rows in total up here. Now we want to work on the triangles where the boobs are. So, we have 130 stitches all the way around. So half of them is on this side and the other half is over here. So that's 65 stitches across. Then you count 32 stitches on one side, so from the hook, and then you place your first stitch marker in the number 32 stitch, and then you count another 32 stitches over here, and that's about half of 65. So 32 stitches, then place a stitch marker. So that will be the first triangle we will be working on now, and after that you just attach the yarn and then work on the other triangle after that. So we just finished with a slip stitch to connect the rounds, and usually we chain 1 and turn. We will not be chaining 1 for this part of the tutorial. So now you just turn, whoops, and then you still skip the first stitch, move on to the second and single crochet. So insert the hook, single crochet in the next stitch, and then do 1 single crochet all the way to the first stitch marker. Just 1 single crochet in every stitch. Then when you make it to the stitch marker, remove this one, throw it away, you don't need it anymore. Do your final stitch where the stitch marker was, and that's it. You don't chain 1, now you just turn. And then you just begin the same way. Skip the first stitch, move on to the second, and single crochet. And the next one, single crochet. And that's how you skip a stitch on each row, because you don't chain 1 and you still skip 1. So you lose a stitch every time you turn. So now you work all the way across over here, just where you started the triangle, and then you work a stitch in the final stitch, and then you turn. You don't chain 1, just turn, and work your way over here, and then just work your way back and forth, and it will work up in a triangle because you lose a stitch for every time you turn. So just work your way back and forth, and after that you attach the yarn on the other side and work a triangle like that as well. When you work your triangle and you only have 5 stitches left to go, we want to work on the strap. So now you chain 1 before you turn. So chain 1, turn the work, and then you skip the chain, move on to the second stitch and single crochet. And then work 1 single crochet all the way across. So your 5 single crochet. And at the end of the row, you chain 1, then you turn, skip this one, move on to the second one, single crochet, and then work 1 single crochet all the way across. Repeat this again and again until your strap reaches around on the back. So 5 stitches back and forth. I continued until my strap measures 35 centimeters, and I will now cut the yarn. Leave a bit of a tail for attaching the strap to the top. So just pull through and leave it. Then we begin the other triangle. So you will begin with this stitch marker. Just remove it. And then attach the yarn. Just insert the hook and pull it through. I always just tie a knot with this yarn. And then begin crocheting. Insert the hook and pick up a loop. And then just repeat the same thing as the other triangle. Just do 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way across until the next stitch marker you placed over here, the next half of the front. Do 1 single crochet in every stitch, then turn without chaining 1 back and forth until you have the same result as over here, and do the strap the same way. So when you're done with both triangles and both straps, you will now attach the straps on the back side. So you turn the top around and you have your back side right here. Then you take your straps, make sure they doesn't twist. Like this. And then you find your tapestry needle, and then you can sew them on the back side. You can place the straps wherever you like, but I always attach them so they're about 12 centimeters apart. Just like this. I think that's the prettiest. So make sure it's the same amount on each side, on the sides as well. Then you just grab your needle and sew it on. I always sew it all the way to the other side and then once all the way back, just to make sure. So just on the edge right here, and then it's actually on, but I'm just doing once more all the way back, just to make sure. So now you can weave in this end, just through a tunnel of stitches, and then all the way back through the same tunnel, just to make sure. And then a third time, then we are completely sure that it won't get up. So that's the first strap. Cut the yarn, and that's one of them. Then do the same thing on the other side as well. Now we're pretty much done with the top. The only thing left is the big finish. I will do an edge all the way around on every edge. So up along the straps on the back side and up along the triangles as well. One edge with 1 stitch in every row and 1 stitch all the way around. So grab the yarn again, and I will now attach the yarn down here. So insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull through, and I just tie a knot, and then we are ready to go. So I will do 3 different kind of stitches on the edges. On the inside of the straps, I will do 1 slip stitch in every row. So 1 slip stitch here, 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 here. So 1 slip stitch in every row all the way up. That's on the inside of the straps. On the outside of the straps, you saw on the picture, I want this ruffles. So for the ruffle effect, I will do 2 single crochet in every stitch. So in every stitch or in every row, you will do 2 single crochet in every stitch. And on the rest, you'll just do 1 single crochet in every stitch. Also up along these triangles, I will also do 1 single crochet in every stitch. Don't worry, I will show you how I'm doing it if you think that's confusing. So I will begin down here. I will insert the hook, pick up a stitch, chain 1, and now we begin. So this is on the bottom part of the top. So I will just do 1 single crochet in every stitch. So we just begin working around with 1 single crochet in every stitch. So now you did 1 single crochet all along the bottom right here, and now we're about to work up along the triangle. You just continue with 1 single crochet in every stitch. So you can see all these little bumps right here. That's every other row. So you just work 2 single crochet for every of these bumps, for each of these bumps, sorry. So just work 1 single crochet for every row all the way to the top. And when you're all the way at the top, you will now begin the strap. And you can see we are on the outside of the strap. You know, the arms are that way. So we will do the ruffles on this side. So it means 2 single crochet in every row. So that's the first single crochet. I will then insert the hook and do another single crochet in the same stitch. And then go for this next row. You can see this is a row right here. This is a row. This is a row. We'll work 2 single crochet for every row. So just insert the hook and do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And then the next row, insert the hook, 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And you just continue all the way around the strap. And when you are at the bottom of the strap, this is where you began. You can see where you attach the yarn. Then you are all the way around. Then you repeat the same thing over here. That is the same thing that's on the other side. So you will work a strap with the ruffles as well. So 2 single crochet in your stitch, and all the way down here, just 1 single crochet. And when you're done with your first row all the way around, you can see this beautiful edge on the inside, and you can also see it on the outside of the top. And you can see these small ruffles on the outside of this edge on the strap. This is very beautiful, but if you want it to be more ruffly, just like this one, like I did over here, you will need to do one more row of single crochet just on the strap. So you will continue in this. We have this final stitch down here. Then you will just repeat the same up along the strap on the outside of the strap as you did before. So 2 single crochet in every stitch all the way around the strap. So just in each stitch you will do 2 single crochet all the way around until here. So just until the strap has ended right here before the triangle. And then when you're all the way down, you finish with a slip stitch in the next stitch just to even it out a bit. And then you cut the yarn, leaving a bit of a tail so you have something to weave in of, and then pull the hook through. Then you can weave in this end and you have your little top. And that's it. Now you know how to make a little top. I hope you found this tutorial easy to follow. If you did, please press thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!